What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Woo! It has been a while since I've seen you guys. I apologize about the delay and the gap in between my last video, which was my live stream of fighting in Zone 5 in KVK, and this one, but I've got some awesome content to bring to you guys. I did take a vacation, took my summer vacay to the beach, but that is all done. I am ready to bring you guys some more content. My live stream was about the flag fighting, kind of rally, garrison kind of stuff going on. If you guys did tune in, thank you. If you haven't yet, go check out that video. These next couple videos I put on my channel are going to be about the initial field fighting that we did in Zone 5 against Dragothien, against Kingdom 916. For those of you guys that are new here, my name is Svet. What I'm talking about is the mobile game Rise of Kingdoms. It's a game that you can play with friends where you build up your city, build up your armies, and fight other players in events like KVK, Ark of Osiris, and the new game mode, Champions of Olympia. If you guys haven't yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I am putting out all sorts of content about Rise of Kingdoms and how I played my account in my Alliance and in my Kingdom 1846. All right, guys, so like I said, this is going to be a two-part video. Really what I'm focused on in these two videos is how we kind of handled the field at the very, very beginning of Zone 5 opening up. So there's going to be a lot of camera movement here. I was an R4 in Light It Up LIU during this fight. So a lot of my focus is actually on markers and Discord management and stuff like that. I actually only have, I think, ever 3, maybe 4 maximum marches on the field actually fighting. I did have one building a flag and one at a ruin that I wanted to keep grabbing to make sure that I was fighting the best that I could. But yeah, I'm going to be doing a lot of camera movement, a lot of kind of explaining and looking at markers and stuff like that. But guys, this was a ton of fun. Mostly because, we kicked ass. Mostly because we kicked ass on the field in the very, very beginning. And I'm not sure what it was. Maybe it was just our coordination. Maybe we had more than them. Maybe it was our march choices that we had in terms of, open field fighting, AoE fighting, and kind of commander choices that you can throw into the mix there. Not sure why, but we just seemed to kick ass in this portion of the fight. And it went very, very well. So we had an absolute blast. And what you guys can see here is what I'm doing is just kind of checking out where the enemy is grouping up. And so 916 had a bunch of alliances just like us. And as you can see here, we kind of set up this wall of forts. So we've got Watch It Burn, BIA, Sin. We got 62 with us, which is the other kingdom in our camp. Light It Up. And I think FFS was with us as well. Not sure on that last one, but we set up basically a vertical line of forts in the beginning. And what we're kind of doing at this point is just grouping up around them. And for us specifically, we didn't have any fighting really, really quickly. So we had a good chance to kind of get prepped and get into position and get everybody ready for a massive field fight that is yet to come. So what I'm doing, though, at this point is I'm just starting to get a feel for where 916 is sending their marches and sending their fighters. Like where are we going to have this first field fight? So as you can see, this is sped up a little bit. I'd love some feedback on if this is too fast or not, but I'm starting to get a feel here for, where the fight's going to be. Where are we going to take our murder ball first? And as you can see right here, you've got a bunch of field marches from the enemy and a bunch of marches from us. It looks like we've got Sin and BIA there. I think so. Yeah, Sin and BIA, I think. That might just be Sin, though. I see a lot of Sin. I don't see much BIA. And so they're going to have actually what I think was the first fight in all of KVK with an enemy here. Because this was kind of the first point where I was like, okay, there's the fight. They're going at it first. We're still getting some breathing room to kind of set up ourselves for a fight. But they got right into it right there. And that's where I kind of knew, like, okay, that's where the fight's going to start. Now we got to maybe decide, do we push them in, further onto their side of the map, or do we kind of just go and help our allies and help our people in our kingdom to fight these people? Oh, FTH fort right there as well. Oh, so we had FTH and FFS. So guys, we had a wall. I think there's maybe 8 or 10 forts right there. We were pretty serious about what we were doing. And as you can see here, guys, there's Dragothien trying to mess with us a little bit. He was the only one up here, and I couldn't tell. It looked like he was just trying to distract us. So we kind of said, hey, couple players go take him down, and let's just wipe him out real quick, and then we'll take everybody else down. What's really important in these situations is not like having your entire force move to take out one player, right? Because what he was trying to do right here was distract us entirely. And if it would have worked, we might have been a little delayed getting to where we needed to be here. But as you can see, we have started to fight. And this was Dragothien. Not only that, not only was he trying to distract and obviously kind of getting us a little bit, he is that big YouTuber, right? So a lot of our players are like, I'm going to go fight Dragothien. But as you can see as well, a lot of our players are following this marker here. And we're moving just one step at a time to get our people in the right place. And we're starting to move down kind of towards where we saw that fight at first. Yep, and so there's a huge field fight going on right there. So we move the marker again, and we're all moving down together. That is, if I recall correctly, that was like a 200 million power player, I think, just hanging out. And this is the part where I realized, oh, I've been too focused on markers and stuff. I need to get some more marches over there. I was also kind of waiting for a good time to port, but, I really was kind of torn right here. Do I send more marches right now, or do I wait to port? And honestly, I don't know if I did it right or not, but I ended up sending a couple more, and then I was able to port a little bit later. But it was kind of tough to figure out what was the right move there in terms of timeline. But I sent and to me, my best field marches right now were going to be Attila Takeda, Ramesses YSG, and then my Guan Leo was going to be good as well. As you guys can see. And so we're starting to get a feel for where we're going to be actually attacking the enemy the first time. Yep, and so this is kind of where the clash was, and the enemy definitely took this first bout right here. Like, as you can see, they completely wrecked. I think it was Sin they were fighting right there, which Sin was completely outnumbered. It wasn't really fair, so that was a good job by the enemy of getting, two major alliances into that place at once. And yeah, there's that guy. So what was he, 102? I've got it in pretty high speed here, so. As you guys can see, we're kind of like, because the field is so large here, and we've got a bunch of people that need to see a marker and react, we're not necessarily like putting the marker extremely far away. We're kind of doing it a little bit at a time. Sometimes if the field was smaller, we would just put the marker where we need to go and we would go. But this one it was a fluid situation and the distances were long, so we wanted to make sure that we were doing it right. And so we were kind of just inching really piece by piece to get to where we thought was best. But again, we would do this differently sometimes, but in this situation, we thought step by step was best. And look it's a huge, huge group of enemies right there. And that is where we are headed right now. And so Sin is starting to get on their feet a little bit. Looks like the enemy was starting to think, okay, where should we go next? And there is some other fighting happening in the south with Watch It Burn, WIB, and BIA as well. And 916 actually gave us some trouble initially, down towards the south part of Zone 5. Yep, and so here I come down and kind of check out what's going on with WIB. And to be honest, they had the bottom part of the map pretty secured. They had us pretty secured on the bottom. But now we're coming down with our coalition, and we're gonna shake things up a little bit. As you can see, Makot is there. Absolute beast of a player. Had a really good port. That was a really good position to fight from in this specific situation, because that's right where kind of everything was going down, was kind of in between all these mountains in this like corridor right here. And this was a huge thing for us to be able to have him there as a player, because he's got virtually unlimited troops, right? I mean, no one has unlimited, but he's one of those players that it's rare for him to run out of anything. And so we've kind of entered the field now. We've entered the battlefield. We've got our murder ball. Our players are still arriving, but we are kind of in the arena now to start this fight. And our big enemies here were AP16 and then K916. Those were the big ones that we were facing off with. I'm not sure who else was in there. Those are the ones that I remember the most. And this is where we get started, guys. As you can see, I mean, our murder ball was large. We had a ton of marches come in here. And I don't know what happened, but we just start going off. I mean, we come in here and just, it's not even a murder, it's like a murder ball wrecking ball. I mean, we totally turned the field upside down here over the next, like 30 or 45 minutes. Oh yeah, quick note. So this is about 2 hours of footage. I'm going to do a half each. So as this kind of gets towards, about 45 or 50 minutes of time, I will kind of start to wind down and then get ready for the next video. It is a lot, and I want to make sure that, if I catch anything in this first time of recording, that I can make the next one better for you guys. But it really was about 2 hours of field fighting like this, of just awesomeness. It was such a blast. Hot's here fighting with us as well. But as you can see, guys, in the blue, I mean, these in this coalition, I mean, most of these are lighted up marches. We had so many people online in our alliance, and we fought very, very well right here. And then that's that sandwich move right there. So this was kind of our first pincer, I guess, or whatever you want to call it, sandwich move, where we completely had them flanked. We had Sin coming in from the east or the right side, and us coming in kind of from the top northwest-ish. And all these K916 marches they didn't have a chance. I mean, they were getting sandwiched bad. And as you can see, remember when we just looked at the map not long ago, it was all white. There's barely anything left there now. And so we're kind of clearing field right here, guys, and we're waiting for our step 2 at this point. Look at all those marches returning. The top of the screen right here. Wow. Bye. See ya. Look at all those guys going home. Oh, and here's an error on my part. So that was my flag building march. I don't know what happened. I might have double clicked on the right on the commander selection and brought him down by mistake. Something to pay attention to, guys, is I know there's a lot going on, whether you're in R4 or not, with markers and fighting and clicking the screen and stuff, but just keep an eye on that commander menu on the right, and if you see a march that's supposed to be building a flag marching, probably pay some attention to it, because he's probably not in the right place. And that's exactly what happened to me there. That's a complete error on my part. Just got to be able to pay more attention, basically. Right, guys, so we're considering the field here basically cleared, and we're going to basically kind of think about, okay, what are we going to do here? Do we want to try to push up towards their fort, or where else are we needed in the field right now? And that's what we're looking for right now, what I'm looking for. And so I'm noticing kind of a good open spot there based on where we think we can cut off the enemy. It looked like BIA had gotten pushed back pretty far. So we wanted to do the same thing we just did, come around the back and sandwich or pincer them again. And so as you guys can tell, I'm now single clicking the marches from the right rather than double clicking to take them all. Just because, I mean, my South South's quick. Luckily, he has all the windswept on and it's all specialized, but He can get back there quick, but if I keep mistakenly, bringing him down, it's going to take me out of the building game. And we wanted to build stuff, whether it was the fort or flags, as soon as we possibly could. So now I'm going to send my South back up to where we are building some stuff, I think. Or do I send him to the fort? I don't know. See, BIA got pushed all the way back. Sin's now taking it from their backside as well. So we kind of cleared out that first murder ball that they had sent at us, but it looks like that other murder ball that was further south pushed even deeper into our territory back on BIA. And so what I kind of noticed here was, okay, all of their reinforcements are coming here and they're building these flags to try to get to this BIA fort ASAP. And what we need to do is slow them down, because if they get to that fort too soon and they have all that field presence, it's not going to be pretty for us. So that's what we decided to do, was move our murder vault down there. And we had, I want to say we had nearly 100 people on vocal. Our alliance was extremely impressive for this. So proud of the people that I play with in my alliance. We were all coordinated. We were all on Discord. We followed the markers brilliantly. We had a blast. We did a great job. And so that's kind of the flag we wanted to lay them on. They still do a good job of like getting in the flag and building it quick, but I think we just really caused some confusion at this point, because we really group up around the flag and probably make it a little more difficult. Look at their march is starting to go home. Yep. And so as you can see, guys, we did not stop them necessarily from building that flag, but we slowed them down from building it because it got more complicated to get your troops in there. Any time we're hitting a troop, they're going into that flag with less than what they had, obviously. And then more importantly, we were stopping their reinforcement of their murder ball that was further up in our territory in BIA. Yep. And so what we're trying to do here is just slow them down as much as we can. And we did a good job, but we wanted to be closer to that flag, so I think we moved back here, if I remember correctly. Yeah. It must be on Discord or something. Trying to figure out. Right, and look at that. Look at how tight we are on that flag. It's got to be so complicated to get into that flag if you're T2A or any of those people. Oh yeah, T2A was the third big alliance that we were fighting as well. I forgot about them. Yeah, and so they're like trying to figure out where, if these marches are going to come back or what they're going to do. And we're like, okay, we've got way more than them. Let's just take them out. Yep. Just sending him home left and right. And there we go. So we kind of have taken the field back around our forts. They did a really good job of getting those flags over there quickly, but once we had brought our murder ball down, we took complete control of the field again. Now they're coming up to our west a little bit, which definitely, we get a little spread out here. And as you can tell, it hurts our effectiveness big time when we get spread out. We got people chasing people everywhere. I don't know why I didn't place that marker. Okay, so we decided to kind of stay straight on. They got a port in. Finally seeing a couple of our marches go home. Haven't seen a whole lot yet, though. They've just got, I don't know what's going on, but we must be targeting so much better, guys. Look at all of their marches going home. Yeah, it's wild. There are just so many of them going home. I don't understand. And if you look at my marches on the right-hand side, I mean, I'm not even in the yellow on any of them yet. I don't know what happened. It could be a tech thing. We have quite a bit of spenders in our kingdom, not just my alliance, but in our kingdom as well. Could be a tech thing. Which I've got another video coming out in a few days about what my tech looks like now. But at this point, I mean, I think I was pretty high on every troop type for attack. But I don't know. I feel like even the free-to-play players should have had some decent amount of tech. I mean, if you're doing the bastions right, if you watch my guide video, you should be doing okay. Maybe it's a tech thing, I'm not sure, but look at all this. Still, it's still uneven with the amount going back home for red versus amount going back home for blue. Not sure what happened there, but we're playing well. Little lag there. So obviously, I mean, one thing we could have done better here is probably block ports better. They're able to get their people to port up, which is hugely advantageous, right? They can fight a lot harder, and I mean, be to the battle a lot quicker. So we maybe could have done a better job of spreading out a little bit, but the importance and the power of a murder ball really does depend on how tight it is with marches. So it is kind of it's a debatable topic. I mean, we could have blocked ports, but we were killing all their marches, so we were good with that. Good old verification rewards in the middle of a fight, like. And look at we still have a giant murder ball. I mean, if everybody else's marches are like mine, then I don't know what's going on. I mean, we've been in the field fighting for, I don't know, 25 minutes. Well, I'm sorry, this is on 1.5 times, so it's been about 40 minutes of fighting. And none of them are in the yellow yet. And here we go. We're getting a little sandwich. We're getting an attempted sandwich on us. So this is a pincer move coming from the enemy. And we kind of see it, and we're like, all right, let's back ourselves up and make sure we don't get sandwiched too bad here. And I was hitting all the Trajans that I could. I was hitting, I mean, Trajan, the Khans I was going for, any YSGs. Khan's a really easy march to take down, so I was going for him every time as well. Probably first. YSG I'll take down as well. Guans are good to take down, but Khan is just squishy. He does a lot of damage, and he's easy to take down, so I like going for him first. Finally, I'm getting some yellow. So my Ramesses took some serious damage there. My Attila took some serious damage. But we're fighting our way through this pincer that they're hitting us with. Look at all that. We're holding it down. We are holding it down. Wow. Oh, my Guan went down. Alright, so my first march down. Ramesses getting close. I'm getting dragged here a little bit. I gotta pay attention to that. Oof. We held off. Now we're pushing them back up top. Still no room for me. I think this is where I decide to move the flags. Good old lag. Look at this. Wow. What is going on? Okay. I think I'm trying to die at this point. Get my marches to go home so I can report. But I'm not sure. Okay, so all my marches are down finally. That was a battle. It took literally like 45 or 50 minutes for all my marches to go down. And right here I'm looking for, oh, we're gonna refresh, regroup right here. That's what we're doing. Yep. Then what I kind of realized is, okay, if we group right there, we're going to mess up port spots for everybody, so let's maybe not do that. Let's go ahead and remove that marker. Okay. Got that done. Guy harassing our flag builders. We did have a player there. Still like a god. He's a good player. So he was able to kind of fend this guy off real quick, which was nice. And then we got people porting up as well. We are making moves. That's our flag building team right there. I wanted to get a feel for what was going on the front. And it looks like they were getting into flag fighting down there pretty quick. Oh, and are they getting double-sided right now? Yep, so WIB and BIA were able to come at them at this point. So they had kind of turned to flag fighting at this point in the southern part of Zone 5, so where WIB and BIA were fighting, looks like T2AR. And so I was thinking, all right, what's going on up here with T2A and K916? And it looked like we had our other camp kingdom 862 that was kind of getting that way as well, and it looked like they were gonna get touched by a flag first, I think is what's coming up. And so I think we take the field fighting up there next. So we still got that wall being built. I think I'm just talking on Discord at this point. I'm looking for a place to send this march that would be quick. I don't find anything. Yeah, there was nothing. There's all of our marches returning finally. And so I'm kind of positioning myself to port at this point. Okay. I kept clicking that button for some reason. Look at all those marches. That's why the porting is so important. All those marches just are ready to go now. So much farther upfield. Yep, so people are refreshing right now. We're kind of getting back to that point where we decide what's going to happen next. Checking out some reports here. Then I kind of realized when I was looking at these, I was like, wait, these were when I had no troops in there. So I wanted to check out ones where I had some good stuff. That's a good one. That's a good report. That's a good one. It's just AoE. It's a decent one, I guess. Eh. Yep, and I'm ready to port. I just gotta get the guy on the flag right there. Not that that made a difference, but I wanted to make sure that I was in between in case somebody wanted to come and farm that and make more room. I know those last for 2 hours, but I am weird. I want to keep it refreshed all the time so I don't run out. At this point, I think I only had 2 bastions. I think that's why I'm not. I think I go back and correct this. No? Yeah, I only had 2. Well, I had 4 bastions. I had 4 fighting bastions that worked for me that weren't garrison, so. Oh, I had them both on CC. That was the issue. Noob move right there. definitely want to have your bastion skills on the commanders that it matters for. All right, guys, and this is kind of where we're noticing some posturing by T2A. I'm pretty sure Dragothien's in this mix somewhere. We're starting to get a feel for what the next move is going to be. We're just kind of waiting to set up our murder ball again. Yep, and we're going to cut them off from reinforcing where they were hitting Sin again. Another thing I was really paying attention to was deleting markers that no longer were important. Looks like they're full-blown flag fighting at this point with WIB and BIA. Yep, they got that flag burning. They got a multitude of flags burning. They're swarming this. Oh no, there's a rally there too. Looks like they've got the XY. And that they took that down real quick. Wow. Inferno is getting wild trying to take these rallies. Not too bad. 27 million gold, 4 days. It's not too shabby at all for the first round. I think at this point I have like 1 million kills or maybe 1.2. Doing some maintenance things in the city. Sending a lot of them home. And so what I'm seeing here right now is I'm like, oh, we can sneak up behind them and sandwich this group of 916 players as well. You have 62 right here who's going to face off a little bit, a little bit light on the murder ball there, but if we can come up and double up on them, they're done for. I don't know who is attacking me. Okay, nice. All right, guys. The trap is set. We've got a lot of our players ready to go in that murder ball position, and we're going to start making our way behind those T2A players. So we're going to place this marker now, start making our move inch by inch back up there, and try to get them with the sandwich as well. That's where I'm going to stop this video, guys. I know the last, I don't know, probably 10 or 15 minutes of this was a lot of like maintenance behind the scenes, flag building, moving marches around. I'll make sure in the description that I throw that in. I am recording this live, so back in the description I'll put in that this last 10 or 15 minutes was probably the boring part of the video. And this is a good halfway point for me. So as you guys can see, that first field fight was insane. Really, really high coordination from my alliance players and our leaders to kind of put markers, make sure we were in the right place at the right time. We were just demolishing any alliance that we encountered, sending home everybody, clearing the field left and right. Then finally we got to a point where we're like, okay, we're good. Let's go refresh. Let's port up a little bit. And now let's take this back to the field and go for another sandwich move on these players. As you can see, guys, the fighting is everywhere right now, all up in the zone. You've got a bunch of fighting going on here with WIB, BIA, T2AR, all sorts of stuff going on here. This is flag fighting. We've got field fighting going on everywhere. This was an eventful first day, extremely eventful. It was much shorter lived than I would have thought, but it was an absolute blast. We had a great time. And as you can see, we did a really good job with our murder ball and just wiping out the field to give us that opportunity to really get flags where we needed them to be, and really just beat the enemy out of the zone. If you guys watched my live stream, or you've watched anything since of Dragothiens, or just checked out this Lost Kingdom, you've noticed that we took the zone, we held the zone, so we did take victory in this zone. We've got more fighting coming up in Kingsland. We've had some altar fighting here and there, but the big fight is coming up, where not only are we going to fight 916, but we've also got 415, who's got some other famous YouTubers in there as well. So that's where I'm going to cut this one off tonight, guys. Keep a watch on my channel for the next video where you see this next sandwich move that we pull on T2A. And if you guys haven't yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. All the support means a lot. I'm having a blast with this KVK, and love just sharing this content with you guys about how I'm playing in my account and in my alliance, and kind of the things we do to have a better victory. I'm gonna cut it off right here, guys, before the fighting starts, but check out the next video to see this next sandwich move. And thanks for tuning in, guys. Until the next vid, see ya.